Hi, my name is Ahmed Abdelhalim, and today I am going to be discussing how heuristics are leading to systematic deviations in logic, which can affect political decision making. I find this topic really interesting because heuristics can be some of the most useful tools, especially when attempting to understand complex and dense political information. However, they can lead people to make bad decisions because they rely on whatever information is available. This topic falls under the cognition, since heuristics involve the thoughts that we have. Here I have three references that helped make my point. First one, Heuristics Behaving Badly, by Logan Dancy and Geoffrey Shagley. This source is credible because it is a peer-reviewed article which was located on Google Scholar, and it has been cited 82 times by other scientists and psychologists, and it was written by two credible professors. Next source I have is Reconsidering the Rational Public by Kalinsky and Quirk. This source is credible because it's also a peer-reviewed article written by two professors, and it has been cited 514 times, indicating how credible it is. Lastly, we have Substituting the End for the Whole by Healy and Lenz. This source is credible because it is a peer-reviewed article and it has been cited 210 times. First, I want to start out by defining what a heuristic is. A heuristic is a simple decision-making rule that helps you make decisions under uncertainty. It is essentially a mental shortcut to making a judgment. Examples of the heuristic is the availability heuristic, party cues, and the end heuristic. Heuristics can be really beneficial tools in reaching judgments, especially about complex topics. According to Dancy and Shagley, citizens who know little about politics may make correct decisions using heuristics. Citizens can rely on party cues by using the candidate's party identification to determine what issue positions they take. However, elected officials are not bound to a party, therefore they can vote against their party on issues, leading party cues to mislead the voter and deviate from what they intend to vote for. Heuristics can lead people to make bad decisions because people tend to use whatever information is salient and available, as opposed to an educated decision. Kalinsky and Quirk highlight that heuristics can help people by using party as a cue for voting or attributing issue positions based on candidate demographics. You can even look to political leaders or political groups for cues. However, when these elected leaders deviate from their intended position, it misleads the public and can be disastrous. The issue, according to Kalinsky and Quirk, is that people use heuristics in an automatic way as opposed to an intelligent way because we lack the contextual knowledge. Usable cues are also not always present in the environment, which leads us to become confused without them because we depend so heavily upon them. Democracy relies on citizens being able to exercise their right to vote. However, when heuristics start to behave badly, voters are denied their basic right, displaying the consequences of heuristics. Another example of heuristics leading to systematic deviations in logic concerns the end heuristic. The end heuristic states that when evaluating experiences or information that plays out over a long period of time, our judgments are influenced the most by readily available information. It's common in politics that politicians are awarded or punished depending on how the economy is going. If the economy is doing well, people vote for the incumbent. If the economy is doing poorly, people vote against the incumbent. According to Healy and Lenz, over the course of an election, which is 4 years, voters do not evaluate presidents on cumulative growth of the economy. Rather, they only use election year performance on the economy because it's easily accessible. People end up using the final election year to judge the entire presidency, which can lead to deviations because the final year is not an accurate assessment of the entire presidency. This study has been replicated, and it's shown that voters use heuristics because of complex political information. However, there are controversies among cognitive scientists who view heuristics as faulty because of the deviations they lead, whereas political scientists who look at them as a solution to citizens' ignorance. Politicians can use this knowledge for bad by manipulating the economy for short-term growth in the final year, knowing that they will be rewarded for it, but it'll actually hurt the economy in the long run. It can be used for good by people when they use heuristics intelligently and don't rely or depend solely on it. As you see here in this graph, it shows that in non-election years, the economy isn't being stimulated, but in election years, they are stimulated and revving up the economy, trying to get people to vote for them and influence them because they will know they will be rewarded for short-term growth. I have a few discussion questions for us. So the first one is, what are heuristics? Second one, how do they lead to systematic deviations in logic? Third one, can you think of any other consequences of heuristics? Lastly, do you believe heuristics are beneficial to society? All in all, it's important to learn about heuristics so we can use them in a logical manner and come to informed decisions so that our vote does not get manipulated, but it actually makes a difference in society. that is all I have today. Thank you for your time.